back to our coverage of the 2018 Australian Indoor Championships at the Tweed Head Bowls Club, and it comes down to finals right now. This is what we are playing for, the men's and women's trophies, and it's time for the women's final. Rebecca Van Asch has the opportunity, after winning last year, to carve her name into the trophy once again, to become a back-to-back winner and join some illustrious companies such as Karen Murphy to win this event on multiple occasions. And then this afternoon, it's the men's final. We saw Aaron Tees proving too strong this morning first up, and he will take on Clive Adams, both of them to become first-time winners. The standard has been elite right throughout this competition, and I've no doubt that this women's final is going to be all that and a whole lot more. Everyone's in position. We are just about set for the women's singles final. Rebecca Van Asch taking on Chloe Stewart, joined in commentary by Commonwealth Games gold medalist Kelsey Cottrell for this final. Kels, it's probably the final that, on form, they've probably been the best two players throughout the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. These girls have been on fire, and I think the great thing is they've got better and better each game. So I think we're in for a really, really awesome classic final here.
Let's get a bit of a feeling for what both players are thinking. Rebecca Van Asch standing by with Dom.
Well, Beck, your third final in a row. How are you feeling? What's the plan going to this match? Have you watched much of Chloe this week?
Yeah, look, it's exciting to be in my third final, and we'll see how it pans out. But look, Chloe's been in really good form this week. I think I heard yesterday that she hasn't dropped a set all the way through. So, you know, no doubt she's playing well. This is her home club now, so I'm guessing that she's probably been on this surface a little bit. So I'm expecting a tough one.
What have you made of the new service? Yeah, I'm guessing you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, look, it's really nice. It's a little bit similar to the old one. It's just probably a touch quicker. This TV rink, it's funny, it must be the underlay that's actually quite similar, because it is running a little bit similar, but the speed is probably making it a fraction easier than previous years.
Best of luck for the final.
Thank you.
So Rebecca Van Asch with the chance to become a two-time winner of this event. For Chloe Stewart, the opportunity in her young career to win the biggest tournament of her life. How's she feeling leading into this match? Dom Favada's got her.
Well, Chloe, big stage for you up against the defending champion. What's the plan going into today?
Yeah, the plan is just to stick to my game plan really, and focus on my bowls and what I can do best, and yeah, just do what I can do and yeah, give it a crack.
And what's the mindset? Nerves, confidence, a bit of both?
Bit of both. You know, I've played in a few finals before, but not really singles. So, yeah, just you know, first couple ends, just settle into it, and yeah, just take each bowl at a time, each end at a time, and yeah, see what happens.
Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
So Chloe's a two-time winner in the Australian Open. That's in the fours discipline, though, Kels. This is from a singles perspective. This will be potentially the biggest win of her young career so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not taking anything away from her Australian Open fours victories. They were fantastic, and she was skipping on those occasions. But here in, you know, playing in a singles event, it's a little bit different. You're out there on your own. So it was great to hear her say that she's just going to take it, you know, one bowl, one end at a time. So definitely not getting ahead of herself, which is good to hear.
If you're following on at home or wherever you're watching at work or on your phone around the world on bowls.com.au and also on Facebook. Nice easy one to keep up to date with, to work your way through. Both players have 4 bowls per end, and we play 2 sets of 9 ends apiece, and we do have our 3-end tiebreaker that is there and that is available should we require it to separate the two after all of that. And the opportunity to be a winner of this event, it's one of the biggest events on the Australian domestic calendar that attracts players from both here and overseas, and Rebecca Van Asch coming in as the #1 seed. Chloe Stewart has worked her way through this tournament in exceptional fashion, was the #7 seed, and just a little smile to just get rid of a few of those nerves as well. The trophy itself, Kels, is it's a seriously impressive trophy.
The trophies are absolutely beautiful. Both these girls definitely want to get their hands on these. Look, have a look at them. They're absolutely beautiful trophies.
Wow.
We've seen Rebecca with some lovely photos from last year's victory, holding those, kissing those trophies, a bit, you know, Australian Open tennis style.
Yes. There's Karen Murphy's name on that trophy multiple times. She's been the standard bearer in this event for a long time, but Beck has the chance to be a two-time winner. So their paths through to the final, very different in many ways. For Chloe Stewart, defeated Irene Arndt in the first round. Louise Cronin from Tarrant Point in the second round, and Sam Nerona was her quarterfinal victory before she came up yesterday in the women's semi-final. That was the second one against Genevieve Dells. She won that one 12-1 in the first set, Kels, and clinch victory in the second set. It was that first set that I think, sitting here in commentary, where I think we sort of went, ooh, okay, she's got what it takes to win this whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that she meant business. Look, I think it's great to hear that Chloe has gone through the event without going to a tie-break. When you look at her opponents, just the way the draws panned out, she's definitely started each match as favourite. I wouldn't say she's had an easy draw, but she has had, you know, some games that she would have gone out confident of winning. Yep. She hasn't really been in any sort of danger in any of those games, which you know, shows that she's playing well. And you know, Beck on the other hand, probably her first day of the event was probably not what she wanted. You know, a couple of tie breaks. One went to an extra end. In particular, her second round match against Chloe Morrison from the ACT. You know, full credit to Chloe. She played fantastic. She really stuck it to Beck. And Beck had to play a couple of crackers. She was actually down game a couple of times in that match. So a great game there. And then the next day when Beck stepped out for her quarterfinal against Val Smith, it was like a different Beck stepping out onto the rink. I think she was determined, you know, obviously wants to win here, wants to go back-to-back, and based on her day one performance, probably wasn't in the, you know, the best form to do that. Val Smith was probably, in my opinion, probably a slight favourite going into that game, but Beck stepped it up, which is what the big players do.
Good crowd here. Good feeling as well. It's I always like to describe the crowd that we get at this event, Kels, as an intelligent bowls crowd. They understand the good bowls. They understand sometimes some of the more strategic shots that players play as well.
Some of these spectators, they've been coming to this event for probably 20 years. I noticed last night when we were leaving after all the finals, there were a lot of cushions left on the seats. So there were a lot of people that were here yesterday that were going to be here bright and early this morning to watch the first of the second of the men's semi-finals. But you know, it's a big day here at the Australian Indoor on Thursday. That semi-final. I mean, those guys had a whole day to sort of, you know, be thinking about that semi-final, whereas their opponent Clive was already, you know, through. And then of course our finals, which everyone looks forward to, and we'll probably say it a few times this game, but yeah, definitely the two best players, or the two most informed players, you know, through the sort of quarterfinal, semi-final stages are here in this final.
Chloe Stewart has got the world at her feet in many ways. We mentioned a two-time winner of the Australian Open. Success this year in the triples at the 10 Nations.
And interesting, that was teamed up with Beck.
Yes.
So Beck was their skip on that occasion.
So New South Wales now at Tweed Heads, originally from Victoria. When you just sort of wake up in the morning, Kels, and experience the weather up here, which you do now on the daily basis, you can understand why people tend to flock to this part of the world and live here. It is a very, very nice spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as well for Chloe, it was a good decision for her, and you know, she's had, you know, everyone sort of pinpointed her as the next up-and-comer, the next, you know, player to represent Australia, and she didn't feel like she was getting the opportunities down in Victoria. And all the opportunities were up here on the Gold Coast. There's just so much happening up here, you know, Australian Open, all the international events, you know, all our Jackaroos camps. So the opportunity to play on the Gold Coast greens day in, day out was a great decision. A bold move, you know, a young girl moving away from home, you know, to pursue a bowling career. You know, it's a brave move, but I think it's definitely paid off. I can certainly say that her bowls have improved in the last couple of years. Her confidence is her confidence is up. She's been playing with the likes of Ryan Bester, and we talked about Ian Schuback. So she's had plenty of great opportunities up here in the last couple of years.
Look forward to this match immensely. When they both lined up on opposite sides of the draw, you kind of expected that it was one of those scenarios where you sit there and play it out and think, okay, well, if Beck can win this, and Chloe can do this, they'll line up in the final. It's worked out well. And interestingly, having a chat to Beck this morning, this will basically be her last big event for a while now. She's got a holiday tomorrow. She was telling me that as soon as this is done, she's on holidays as of tomorrow. She's off to Cairns with her husband, and then after that, it'll be a bit of a combination of work and getting set for motherhood.
Yeah, I know. Like, starting to get the nursery painted, I think.
And sportsmanship from both.
There's a great applause there for both players. Very keen to see how these first couple of ends pan out. I don't think there'll be any surprise here what length Beck will be playing. Anyone that tuned in for her semi-final match was pretty stock standard from Beck. Matt back in a medium length end, and she played very consistently, so no surprises that this is how she's going to start today's final.
And that was something that she was able to do yesterday in that semi-final, Kels, was get the game on her terms really quickly with the length of the ends and also just the pace of the game.
Yeah, the pace of the ground. Yep, absolutely. And, you know, what hand she wanted to play. It was generally pretty open for her. Unfortunately, Dawn didn't start the game the way she wanted, and it just allowed Beck to get off to a good start. And she did lead from start to finish, although there were some tense moments when Dawn Heyman was making a little bit of a late surge in the both sets.
It'll be good for Chloe just to start with one, not far off. Would there be nerves, Kels?
Yeah, I think there's probably nerves for both players. You know, Beck's played in the biggest events, the Commonwealth Games, 1 gold, 2 gold medals at the Commonwealth Games, 2 gold medals at the World Championships. But I think when you make a final like this, I think there's always got to be a little bit of nerves. You get this far, you don't want to, you know, fall over that last hurdle. And
she's coming in as favourite, isn't she? So there's also that expectation to deal with that a lot of people, the talk around this morning was that they do expect Beck to probably win this or at least start favourite for it.
Yeah, look, and I think the last couple of times she's been in the final here, she probably hasn't started favourite, and probably, you know, definitely not because of the player she was. She was in great form then. You know, and everyone knew that she was going to put up a big fight and you know, was a chance of winning. But I just, you know, say that she probably was not so much favourite in those couple because she probably wasn't seen as a singles player. She's more of a backhand player, a skip, and all of a sudden she sort of stepped it up in the singles arena, and now we're here. She's a defending champion and she's a Australian Open singles champion.
Beck just drawing inside.
How far behind's that last one, please?
Position at this one.
Yep.
Half a ball behind Jack High.
Thank you.
Good sign early, just asking a couple of questions of the marker.
Yeah, it is a good sign because you know the players are not rushing.
Up. Hurry.
Still holding? Am I still holding?
Yes, hold one there.
With the one-shot advantage. Doesn't seem overly convinced.
Looks okay to me.
It's hard to please, perhaps. Maybe it ended up a bit better than what she thought it was going to be.
Well, it's worked out rather nicely in her first 2 bowls. And sort of sitting pretty at the back. Never hurts to have a few backward in early.
Yeah.
Chloe on the forehand. Got a bit of an attacking line here. Got a little bit of weight behind it. Can't see this going too worse off for her.
Yeah, that'll do. And falls over.
One blue.
One blue.
One to Chloe Stewart. If we get 18 ends like that, we're in for an awesome final.
Absolutely. I think people might think that Chloe was a little bit fortunate there. She was on a bit of a narrow line, but I think she had to be. Didn't want to get the outside edge of Beck's shot bowl. Probably the only danger of it going worse was that onto the jack too far back, and it would have been 3. So she kept it on a nice tight line. Inside edge of that bowl she got, which probably would have come back to the jack. So good confident start from Chloe there. Gave her bowl a chance. We'll see Chloe chase a few bowls as well. You know, she's likes to have a bit of a presence on the green, which is great. I think that's what, you know, the selectors and coaches love about Chloe.
Yeah, she certainly, for her age, there's another good one. There's a really good level of maturity with the way that she plays.
Yeah, and Chloe's tactically very strong. Had the privilege of playing with Chloe overseas in the recent UK trip. I led up in the 4s and Chloe played 3rd for Beck. So interesting that these two have met in the final. They played over there in the 4s and triples together. So they've probably got to know each other's games a little better, although, you know, this is singles. It's a totally different story, but Chloe's tactically very strong. Again, it comes back to the fact that she has moved up to Queensland. The people that she's playing with, you know, some great players at the Broadbeach Bowls Club and now here at Tweed Heads, you know, playing with the likes of 𝘱𝘳𝘦𝘴𝘦𝘥. I think in Premier League last year, I think she might have even played 3rd for 𝘱𝘳𝘦𝘴𝘦. So lots of opportunities there to learn. It's a good start to this end for Chloe, holding a couple.
And good bowls from both players early.
Yeah. And then.
The promotion forward is helpful. Full count for Chloe so far.
Last bowl is how far in front of the jack, please?
The last ball?
Yeah, the front one.
Okay. 7 inches.
So I think we'll see Beck change over the forehand here. All right, she's going to go quick. So she had 2 options. It was a forehand draw or attack. She's 3 down. Got a couple at the back.
She looks pretty good.
Looks very good. Got a great result. Run through onto the jack. This has been a great couple of ends here. That just really shows Beck's intent there. She's not afraid to have a go.
Yep. Yeah, and it's a little mind game as well, isn't it? Just from Beck, as you say, she's not afraid to have a go, and it's just a bit of a statement to Chloe. You're not going to have this all your own way. But she's got plenty of room to work with, Chloe, to put herself back in the count.
So it needs to, got a little bit of work to do.
Position there, please. What's the measure between the one in the ditch and Chloe's, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
This bowl and this bowl here.
Thanks.
All right, so a bit of room here for Beck. Have to back her to draw this, and then it'll be a measure for second.
Up she comes and makes light work of it.
One.
Scores are 1-all. Both players on the scoreboard early, which will be pleasing for both of them. One apiece after 2 ends in the women's singles final. Great crowd in attendance this morning for our women's singles final. As Kelsey mentioned, a lot of people have put down their cushions overnight and marked out their spot and made sure that they had a seat in the grandstands for this morning's matches. Not all need the pillows though, or the cushions, because some just command a presence.
Got a few celebrities in the
Yeah,
building.
we do.
See 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘥𝘆's entered the building. Men's singles finalist, Clive Adams.
Kelvin might have even just pushed a cushion aside and said, I don't care, I'm 𝘗𝘗𝘁. I'll sit down where I feel like it, thanks.
Well, this is his home club now.
It is. It was like having one of the Beatles when he walked in this morning. People, the seas just parted for him.
Down.
How good's this?
This is exactly what we predicted. Didn't really expect anything less of these girls.
No.
I'm just going to slide by. It's great, the coloured bowls these days. I wouldn't have liked to have been a commentator back in the day when they're all black.
No. As the green and gold gets in the count for a couple. Now, I must admit, I came to the sport after the bowls, coloured bowls came in, which was good. Would have been an absolute just impossibility to pick them out from long distance.
Well, Beck's on the charge here, likes this one. She has brought the line in a touch. Weight looks pretty good as well.
Not missing by much. Do you have a preferred colour, Kels, of your bowls?
I've got a bit of a multicoloured bowl happening. It's got a bit of everything.
Did you have white at the Com Games, if I remember? Were you white?
No, I had. So some people say they're blue, some people say they're green. So somewhere in between.
Yes, I think I was calling them turquoise.
Yeah.
In the commentary. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few sets of bowls building up in our garage.
How many would you, between you and Andrew, who's also a very good bowler in his own right, how many sets of bowls would be at the 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘥𝘆 residence?
Well, I recently sold a whole heap on 𝘗𝘳𝘰 because I just had I just had enough. Oh gosh, off the top of my head, it's definitely. Oh, let's think about this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably about 12 sets.
It's extraordinary.
It's extraordinary the fact that I rock up to and play with the same set every time. So
Yeah.
how on earth I've ended up with 12 sets of bowls in our garage?
Yeah. Yes, Beck. That's a brilliant shot. A little bit of luck on the way through, but that's okay. If you're up, you're a chance.
Can talk a little bit more about the bowls in the next set. So some exciting things coming up for the Australian team in terms of the bowls we use.
Oh.
Which has added another couple of sets to the garage in the last couple of months.
Chloe, a shot down, but with this last bowl and end number 3.
Any contact on that bowl? I think she's a bit under.
One shot is
Good shot from Beck. Gets the reward. She takes the lead. 2-1 after 3 ends in the women's singles final at the Tweed Heads Bowls Club. Tell us more.
Well,
this is exciting.
it is a bit exciting,
Bringing
actually.
some breaking news to the table.
Some breaking
Kels.
news, yeah. Well, after the Commonwealth...
journalist, you. Look at you go.
After the Commonwealth Games, a lot of people commented about how obviously great the TV coverage was, but how great it would be if the countries had a particular colour. So if, you know, Australia all use the same colour and Canada all use the same colour and New Zealand all use the same. How awesome that would be for spectators, especially all those spectators that were in the stands that knew nothing about bowls. You know, they've just decided to buy lawn bowls tickets and rock up. Had a great time, mind you, but how good would it be? Just so much easier for non-bowlers to follow. So the Australian Jackaroos, along with all their sponsors, have gone out and got yellow bowls with green speckles. So we're all going to be the same.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've got a set that I can use in Australia. So they've, you know, matched them to the set that I use, my Drake's Conquest, my turquoisey colour. So I've got the perfect match there. And then when we're over in the UK, and we all got some bowls to go over there with us. So again, the yellow with the green. And I think we rocked up in the UK and they've never seen anything like it. The whole team using the same coloured bowls.
Look good, play good.
Looked awesome. Looked awesome. It's such a great idea. So hopefully more countries are going to get on board because we've got some major events coming up. You know, World Championships and then again in 4 years' time the Commonwealth Games. I think it's just the way of the future. And BPL. I've got my BPL Brisbane Pirates bowls. So the maroon coloured. And that's always great when you're watching BPL. It's so easy to follow who's got shot. So I think it's just the way of the future.
I must admit, doing the commentary during the Commonwealth Games where we had fours matches.
Yes.
And it was
it's potentially
a game of pick-up sticks.
8 different colours out there, potentially,
at various stages, Yep. And particularly for some of the smaller nations who didn't quite have the colour coordination and all that sort of stuff. It was a huge effort for them just to get there, let alone be worrying about what colour bowls they use. Yeah, it's a great step forward.
What's my last bowl, please?
Yeah, look, it's not going to be easy for every country to do that, but got some great bowls manufacturers who are willing to start the trend, at least with the Aussies, and hopefully more countries will follow. People will say, oh, but you got stickers on your bowls, but when you're up on those grandstands of the Commonwealth Games, if anyone saw, I mean, they were pretty high.
They were.
We're talking, we're a few stories up. If you're right at the back, it's not easy to see those stickers.
No, I think it's great. It's a little thing, but it's an important thing. Yeah. Chloe using the green and gold. No doubt that's in her future.
Just needs to miss the front. Wow. It's not going to be far away, that one. As long as it doesn't fall out.
Does it count? I think we've got a measure on our hands for shot.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's wants to pick this one. Let's see, Beck hopped in for the backhand. We're looking to get around Chloe's bowl there on the way in. Line is very good. It's just going to run over. Not a bad home there.
Beck's juggling all of the bowls commitments with her work commitments as well as the CEO of Bowls Tasmania. It's not uncommon for Beck to finish a day's play and then fire up the laptop in the hotel at night and punch out a solid 4 or 5 hours worth of emails and go to bed and do it all again the next day.
Yeah, that's right. That work phone, it's always buzzing. We'll see what Chloe plays here, whether she wants to take the risk and try and sit Beck's bowl through or whether she's just going to confidently draw up here. Looks like it's just a confident draw. Missing everything and Chloe. Well played, Chloe Stewart.
That's excellent. That's excellent play from Chloe Stewart.
So I think judging off that weight, I think Chloe probably even thinks she could be close to having 2. Say the bowl that's just hidden there from Chloe in the shot, that must beat her short one there on the right. Otherwise, she might have played a little bit more of an attacking shot in this one that she's about to measure.
Yep, one.
Just the one.
Just trading blows in the final so far. Doing it in ones. It's not unexpected, really, I guess.
No, 1s and 2s. I probably would have been a little bit shocked if we saw a 3 or 4 early on in this game.
Yeah.
So Chloe's taking the mat right back and throwing a fairly long length here. It's probably only a couple of metres from the tee.
Just changing it up, which is, again, what we spoke a bit about yesterday. Just trying to disrupt things.
I wonder if Beck's got a lip gloss on today.
Well, this was a problem for her yesterday.
Love the banter between these two girls. We've got a bit of a Facebook group going, the Australian Jackaroos. And if anyone was watching Chloe's semi-final yesterday and saw the little oopsies bowl she did, you know, that one that probably only went about maybe 15 metres up the green.
That was extraordinary.
It was. It was a nice bit of banter with these girls. They were laughing about it after the game, and a few people had to remind Beck, who, you know, as I was, we were having a bit of a laugh, but a few people were quick to remind Beck that in the UK she had one of those as well.
An oopsie bowl.
Bit of an oopsie, yeah. It was probably actually shorter than Chloe's, to be fair.
That's not an oopsie bowl. That's not an oopsie bowl at all. Is that the technical term, oopsie bowl, or is that?
Oh,
How far in
I
front
liked it.
is the last bowl, please? Is it right on it?
I think that's just the terminology of being a mum now. Those sort of words just sort of flow off the tongue.
Bet you wouldn't have called it an oopsie bowl 5 years ago, would you?
Probably not. Yes, Beck wasn't too happy when we shared the photo on Facebook of her bowl. It was, you know, I think I can't remember. I think maybe did the umpire get called? It was pretty close to getting the umpire called out to see if it was actually long enough. And there's a photo, and myself, Chloe, and Christine and Christic, her teammates, were up the other end, and we're all holding our bellies and we're rolling around laughing on the ground. She needs another one in there, but she's not going to be too happy that she's opened that up. Giving Chloe a little bit of a chance. You know, she can give a bowl a chance here. Sit one of the bowls or try the jack. Probably a bit easier for Chloe to get this shot now.
It's just given her a bit more room, hasn't it?
It always looks a bit nicer on the mat when you can see the jack.
Yeah. Less daunting.
What's the position there, please? It's a position, please.
1 to you.
Thank you.
Well, can vector another and see our first multiple of the game.
It's been very difficult to find so far. Any sort of multiple that...
Well, just needs to get back. She can roll that over.
Oh, it didn't
Nearly.
fall.
Oh, Beck thinks it's 2.
Chloe may have almost resigned herself to the fact that it is a couple.
2.
And that it is. As Kelsey said, that's our first multiple of the match. Two-shot lead to Rebecca Van Asch. 4 ends remaining in set number 1.
Well, the way things are going, probably one of the best women's singles matches I've seen in a long time was the Australian Open singles final between Rebecca Van Asch and Christina Christic.
Yeah, it was a great game.
A lot of people are still talking about that. This one's shaping up to be very similar.
I think that was one of those matches where it was Beck just, and I've said this a few times since, that on any other day against just about anyone else, Chrissy probably wins that game. She played so well. Men's final to come this afternoon as well, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Clive Adams and Aaron Tees will do battle.
Start again.
Nice response first up.
A few people asking when Rebecca's baby's due. It'll be about mid-December.
It's a Christmas baby, I think she said, or
Wow,
just before
she's
it.
hoping
Yeah.
it's not going to be a Christmas baby. I think she's hoping the earlier the better.
I mentioned that she's told me this morning she's going on holidays tomorrow. She said, we're really going to enjoy this, my husband and I, because it's the last time we'll have a peaceful holiday for probably 2 decades.
So Beck just needs to drop a touch of weight here. Looks like she's done that fairly well.
Works up to the jack. Turns that into a one-shot advantage.
How far short's Beck's last bowl, please?
Seven-inch gap.
Thank you.
Chance here for Chloe. Just, when we can, just keep the same weight she's been playing.
Yeah.
Little touch on the jack.
Yeah.
She's close to it.
Down.
Well, that's pretty helpful.
And it's just as good.
To position, please.
I don't know about it being a measure for shot. I think Beck really needs to play this as if she's down. Alright, so just a little bit of a distraction. There's a few more people coming into the stands, trying to get some seats.
There's not many left.
Well, the line's good. I think the weight's pretty good too.
It was worth the wait. Really good.
This is great bowling from these girls. We're consistently seeing 6 or 7 bowls within a couple of feet each end. A couple of big conversions already. Oh, Chloe doesn't really need to change much from her last bowl. Touch on the jack, sit the bolt. Yeah, she's asking it to hold. It's a little narrow out of the hand. Not by much though.
No, not by much at all.
All right. One red.
One to Beck. Just extends the lead to 3. 3 ends to play. Certainly still very manageable for Chloe.
That's right, she's wasn't far away there. Played a couple of good shots. It's really just a bowling a bit tight with that last one. Good to see lots of players that have competed in this event hanging around.
Yes.
Can see 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘥𝘆 from the Northern Territory. I actually saw her when we were driving out yesterday playing social bowls out in the back green. So getting her money's worth for a trip down here to Queensland. She's got a big year ahead of her. Current Australian Champion of Champions singles player will represent Australia at the World Champion Champions at St John's Park in November, the end of this year. I think the whole of NT was absolutely buzzing when she won that event. It's fantastic to see.
She was the number 5 seed in this tournament.
Yeah, and deservedly so.
Yeah.
See Genevieve Delves and Carla Krasanik sitting in the grandstand as well, cheering on their mate. Perhaps debriefing after yesterday's semi-final.
Yes.
Carla was Genevieve's coach.
There's not much that Genevieve could do, unfortunately.
Lots of support coming in on Facebook for Becca. Guess all her fans are down in Tassie and can't be here. Chloe Stewart would have a lot of support in the grandstand, being a local. The success that Beck's had over the last few years has put bowls in Tasmania on the map again.
Yeah, it has.
They've had some great players over the years, but none of them have got the kind of results on the board that Beck has. I think think she was named Tasmanian Sports Star of the Year. The way she's going, she's probably in running for that again this year.
Oh, for sure.
One in the measure.
Thank you. My bowl over here, how far short's that one?
This one shot bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, how far short?
Inches.
Thank you.
So a little bit of room here for Chloe. Good change over to the backhand though, which is a little bit of a straightener there. She's just under it though. Weight looks pretty good.
Yes.
Just another foot or so would have been good.
Well, Beck's looking at this and assessing, no doubt, how she can turn this into a multiple. Chloe will have one bowl after this.
Well, I think she'd be thinking she'd love to somehow get the jack back and make 3. Just got to be a little bit careful what weight she chooses. She has only got the one bowl in there. And remembering that Chloe has got last bowl, so she's got right to reply.
Comes a pretty big shot, this one. She's searching for the jack. Any contact would be handy. She can get inside for shot regardless.
Wise move there. A lot of people watching would have thought, you know, drawing the shot around Chloe's short one there would have been the best option, but that hand, that backhand going away from the commentary box does hold a little bit, so played a great line there. Would have been exactly what she was going for. Didn't want to take the risk. Needed another bowl in the head.
Well, Chloe would understand the importance of this shot.
Yeah, 3 behind with 3 ends to go. Would love to be scoring this end. Now let's see what happens. She's going to crush on the front. How far is it going to go? Wow, she might have made 2 out of
She
this.
could have turned this into a couple. She has.
After 7 ends.
Back to 1 the difference now.
5. Sorry. After 7 ends, it's 5-4.
Back to 1. What a bold shot that last one was.
No, it was absolutely perfect. Her bowl coming in, played great weight. She gets under it, she still draws the shot. She got the perfect little angle on it and came in for 2.
It's been everything that we hoped it would be, this final so far.
Yeah, well, we've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen some brilliant draw shots, some nice little conversions, sit and stays. We've seen a big drive from Rebecca that was hit what she was going for, got the jack back. So we're 2 ends to go. There's only 1 shot in it. Handy openers.
What's the next big event on the calendar for you, Kels? If you could possibly squeeze another tournament into your already busy schedule.
It's actually a bit of a fun time of the year when we we do just play a few fun tournaments. We've got one at St John's Park coming up, and double bay triples, just some ladies tournaments with friends. So yeah, nothing too sort of major coming up. We've got some pennant competitions still to finish. Won the Gold Coast pennant flag last week with Club Helensvale. So we've got a regional or zone playoff to come, and hopefully we can win that and go to the state playoffs, and then BPL.
Yes. Brisbane Pirates again.
Yeah, Brisbane Pirates.
Beck promoting her own further to draw shot.
How far short's the shot bowl, please? Yep.
How's that lineup shaping up, or is that a bit of a secret for
Thank
now?
you.
Well, I'm actually not really sure. So I'll just tell you anyway, and if I get in trouble, then too bad.
You're such a risk taker, Kels.
Well, the great Alex Marshall, he's headed home now, but he will be returning for BPL.
Oh, fantastic.
For the Brisbane Pirates. So that's not just great for us and for Club Pine Rivers, the franchise owner, but great for everyone that gets to see him in action again. And Michael Breen, our local superstar from Pine Rivers.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that's confirmed yet, but I think he'd be a big chance.
He played well in New Zealand, Brady.
Played very, very well. So
Yep.
Up or down, please.
yeah, all I know there is it'll definitely be a local.
How far through is that last one?
That last ball is 14.
Thanks.
Are we expecting any other big changes as yet?
Big changes. Well, I can say that Ellen Ryan has been selected to play for Australia and will be heading to the Hong Kong Classic and will miss the event.
Yes.
So there will be a change to the Murray Steamers lineup, which is interesting because they've had the same lineup for a couple of years now and have done quite well.
And Ellen in particular has played really well.
Yeah, look, I think they're really going to miss ours.
Beck's in great touch. She holds 2 shots.
We'll see a change to the Gold Coast Hawks lineup as well with Lindsay Clark unavailable. She's having a bub in a couple of months, so she'll be out of action. So we'll see a different female lineup for the Gold Coast Hawks. And I can't give away too much, but we'll see a fresh face for the New Zealand Blackjacks as well.
Is that right?
Yeah, so
Wow.
exciting times there for some Kiwi supporters. If anyone's...
So no Joe Edwards.
Oh, well,
Or is she going somewhere else,
no,
Kels?
well, could be the male side of things, could be the female side of things.
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay. I'll get it out of you yet.
33.333% chance of getting it.
I'll get it out of you. I'm determined. There's Chloe. Equally as determined up the middle. Millimetres in
Not
it.
missed by much.
Millimetres in it. And that can be the difference right there. She hits that shot, she makes it work. She holds an advantage now. She's potentially staring down the barrel of conceding.
Well, can't see Rebecca do anything too silly and giving this shot away. So it will be 2, which will give her a 3-shot lead. And if she was to draw this one in, be scary stuff for Chloe facing the last end.
That works.
2.
Becomes an important lead. 3 shots with 1 end to play.
Rating Rebecca leads 7-4. Just a reminder, we mentioned about silent or off.
We'll load up and
even the word does, but the players also.
get ourselves set for the second set very, very shortly.
Wow, Chloe's played very well. To be 3 shots behind playing the last stand's probably not really deserving scoreline. There's been some great bowls played by both girls, obviously. But it's Beck, that last stand, played the big shots when it counted, and unfortunately Chloe only just missed that runner. So 3 shots would tie the set for Chloe. Which is not going to be an easy task, but in saying that, she's had a couple of sneaky little chances to make a 3. So as long as her first 2 bowls are close, there's always a possibility. It's a big shot here from Chloe for people watching. If you're chasing shots on the last end, the last thing you want to be doing is dropping this first one short. So I don't think Chloe's done that.
No, she certainly hasn't.
Oh, she's put that in a perfect spot. So Beck's changed her hand here. It's going to use Chloe's first bowl as a bit of a guide, just needs to beat that. It's not bad. It certainly beats Chloe's, but Chloe now might need to follow her down. Little touch on the jack.
What's that mindset like, Kelsey, where you're chasing a multiple end, a big end?
Yeah, look, it's tough, and obviously you just don't want to be short. You've got to give every bowl a chance. Chloe's done here, a little movement on the jack. Wow. So far, so good for Chloe Stewart. She played 2 perfect bowls, couldn't have asked for much more than that.
She wouldn't mind a little bit of contact with the jack, and that's what she gets.
Well, we've seen this time and time again from Beck. Whenever there's, you know, whenever her opponent's got a little sniff of winning or drawing the set, she comes up with a shot like that. And we saw it against Dawn Heyman. You know, the last end of the second set. Trialed the jack out, made it near impossible for Dawn to score 2. Right, so Chloe needs 3 here, so drawing the shots, not going to do anything. I think she needs to arrive up on the backhand. She's got to try and sit, even if she can sit Beck's second shot, she'll give herself a chance with her last bowl to make a 3. Which is what she's doing. Can get the split.
1 at least.
You can hear her say, get 1 at least. I think she probably, well, maybe just touched, you know, touch less weight, I think. Probably really needed to get it solid and stay for a really good close second. I think we'll see Beck swap over the forehand. As long as she doesn't put this bowl anywhere near her shot bowl and beats at least one of Chloe's, it'll just about be set over. So draw shot here for Beck. Ideally doesn't want to cross the centre line and get anyone near her shot bowl. Right on top of the jack, that'll do.
It's as if she drew it up.
Well,
It's great to watch.
it's a shame that it's come down to this, because I don't know that I can see anywhere where Chloe can score a 3. I think this set has definitely been deserving of coming down to the last bowl. Not sure what she's going to try here. Perhaps just trying to smash through one of her short ones and hope for the best. see. There's maybe a slight chance she could have ripped the 2 bowls out if she got the finest edge. So not far away.
Caps off a pretty good first set for Bec Van Asch. She wins it by 5 shots, and we push straight into set number 2. Reminder that our final game of the coverage today is the men's final. Clive Adams from WA will take on Aaron Tees from New South Wales. That match will start at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so a couple of hours from now.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting men's singles final, and kind of contrasting styles, contrasting personalities.
Very much so. I get the feeling Aaron will really try and attack Clive early on.
Yeah, like I think so. I think Aaron Tees, he's got to try and put a stop to Clive's run. He's been in some pretty good form. He's got the crowd behind him. I agree. I think he's going to have to attack early, get off to a good start.
So let's talk about Chloe for a second here, Kels. She loses the first set. She didn't play all that badly, to be honest. And there's 20 seconds between the start of the end of the first set and the start of the second. How does she get herself back into the headspace to basically start again as if it's 0-0?
Yeah, look, maybe that's a good thing that there's not much time to think about it, because as you said, she is playing well. So she doesn't really need to change too much. Just got to keep plugging away. You know, had she made 1 or 2 of those conversions, the scoreline would have been a lot closer come that last end. So I think she knows she's got to keep doing what she's doing. And like we saw Bec do at the end there, she just played those big shots when it counted, and that's what Chloe's going to have to do. I think she's going to have to really gear herself up to get off to a good start. Just try and, you know, it's a big ask. You're not going to get yourself 10 shots in front of Bec Van Asch in the set. It's just not going to happen. So you just got to hope that you're close, you know, 1 or 2 in front going into the last couple of ends, and play a couple of big shots, and you'll win the set.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
And she's got to stop doing that. Just missing things.
Yeah. What an opportunity for Bec. Short.
Yes. Not a happy camper after that one. It's never a good feeling when you drop one in short, but I guess she is holding short. It could have been worse. She could have been 2 down and dropped one short. Then we might have seen a really angry Bec.
Something extra from Chloe to try and change this end up. Just hit that front bowl. It's the one spot that she didn't want to be, and the one thing that she didn't want to do was hit that front bowl.
Well, Bec can't afford to be short with this one. Must give this a chance. Draw another. She could just change the angles a little bit, get a roll out of a shot bowl, or even a second shot. I think the way it's sitting, Chloe can rip both those bowls off the green. Fine edge of the right-hand side of the bowl, comes across and rips the second shot out as well. So Bec really needs another one roundabout. All right, so covering the tee.
Pretty sensible play.
Absolutely. So I think for Chloe, she is 2 down. I think she's got to attack again, but she can't be thinking the jack. She's got to be thinking bit similar to her first. She was missing on the right side. She was missing. If she hadn't missed that front bowl, she would have taken at least 1 out, and that's what she's got to do here. So she's definitely got to be aiming for the outside edge of the shot bowl.
And she's going to go again.
All right, she likes it.
Bang.
Well, she's
What a
saying
result.
go, but that'll do. Great shot there from Chloe Stewart. Just got enough of the jack, I think, to make it 1 to blue.
On blue.
Yep. Only just. 1 blue.
Not a lot in it. Chloe needed that. Beck had won the last couple of ends, so she just had momentum. Good for Chloe to start the second set with a win first up.
Well, I like this tactic. This will be very close to a maximum length end. This is what you got to do. Can't die wondering. Got to throw everything at Beck here. She's won the first set. She is the defending champion.
What does that, or what would that mean, Kels, for Beck to be a back-to-back champion, 2-time winner? For a long time, Karen Murphy had a mortgage on this event, basically. In the last couple of years, she's given a few others a chance. But what would it mean to Beck, do you think, to be a 2-time winner of this prestigious and long-standing event?
Oh, I think she'd be absolutely thrilled. I don't think she'd be thinking too much about not necessarily being back-to-back. I think, you know, she just takes each event as it comes. I suppose whenever you enter an event, you want to win it. So at the end of the day, if she can lift that trophy again, she'll be one very happy camper, and it's fair to say she's probably in the best form of her career.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's the same one.
How hard is it to stand it on silent?
I think these girls are going to just about walk up into the grandstand and turn the phones off for them.
Yes. Yes, I think they're just getting a bit frustrated. The call has come out in the crowd quite a few times to turn phones off.
So, not a great start from Chloe, but they're passed. They might come in handy down the track. Needs to play a big one here though. Beck and Asch has picked the weight of this long end first up.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's still peppering away.
Cool as a cucumber. Wouldn't have been happy with the first two, but calm as anything. Gets on the mat, 2 down and draws a shot. And a back toucher, might I add.
Yeah.
Tricky.
If you don't mind. Just about as good a second shot as you can wish for.
That last bowl, is that how far in front?
The last ball is half a ball in front of Jack High.
Thank you.
So I don't think it matters which hand Chloe chooses to play this on. She just needs to try and draw third shot. There's danger both hands have given it away. Even if she could just slip past hers and get third or fourth shot and and have the tee. It might just plant a bit of seed of doubt in Beck's mind to attack this because she won't have anything past the jack. You've got to remember about respot. As you can see there, the tee.
What's that gap between the jack and shot bowl, please?
1.5 inches.
And the jack is how far from the tee?
Inches.
So my 3 bowls are closer than Chloe's back ones to the tee? Yeah.
This bowl's closer, just.
Tough.
Okay, so a lot of questions there, but
No.
essentially if Beck smacks this jack
Yep.
and it kills, the jack will get respot on the tee and she'll have 3 shots.
Yeah, she's in the business, isn't she? I think that's what she's thinking about.
And I think it's worth the risk. I mean, she goes very quick, so she can drive quick enough that, look, there is danger if the jack stays in play. She hasn't got the best 2 back, but with this first set in the bag, I think it's worth the risk.
There it is, an edge.
If
Does it
it's-
get out of play?
No, I think it's going to stay in.
Oh, it's barely stayed in.
So had that jack gone out, it would have got respot on the tee. It would have been 2 to Beck.
On blue.
Instead, it is 1 to Chloe.
So even though she didn't have the 2 best back, it was definitely worth the risk there. She got the first set in the bag. Had she got that perfect, could have made 3 and probably really deflated Chloe Stewart.
Yeah.
Chloe.
You
Did
feel
go
like
out.
that was a moment right there in the match, wasn't it? That had she have been successful, that it could have really knocked her off her perch a little bit, Chloe, but she survives. Extends her lead by 1 to 2. As you can see, she lost the first set, so she must win set number 2.
Right, so Chloe here, trying to play some little mind games with Beck. Going long in one direction and short in the other. It's a great tactic. I like it.
Yeah.
Just trying to throw Beck off her weight. So if you're watching this on Facebook, there's currently 900 people tuned in.
Great number. Straight away, Beck's on the jack. Chloe's first 2 bowls. It's a good adjustment from 1 to 2.
Yeah, it's in a handy spot. Last couple of ends, she just ran through with the first 2 bowls, but she played a cracker with a 3rd one, so we'll see what she's got here. She's going to be 2 down again.
Beat that.
Well, we might see a change of hand here. A few more options on the forehand. If she was a little bit wide.
What's the gap between shot bowl and jack, please?
The gap is 1 inch.
Thank you.
So sticking to the backhand. I hope she's not gonna. Okay. It's great if she gets this. I think she just needs to get second. That's very good. It's opened it up. She
Yeah.
played her weight. The weight was key there. If she played too much weight and ran through, she would have left herself in a lot of trouble with her last. But played great weight, stuck to the hand she was confident on, and opened it up nicely. And now Qian's in a pretty good position. She's only one down now, and she's got everything passed. Doesn't really need to change much from her last bowl. Touch on the jack, makes 3, sits the bowl for 2. Into the hole for the bowl.
Yes. That is very good. At a pressure moment.
Some very good bowls there from Chloe. The key to that end, she didn't have any short bowls. Gave every bowl a chance.
Everything was there, wasn't it? Yeah.
Now she's holding 2 and she's got everything covered.
Yeah, well played. Put the pressure back on Beck van Asch.
Well, what's she done here?
Almost. Almost.
One.
3 consecutive ends for Chloe Stewart.
3-1 after 3 ends of our second set.
Wow, the level of this game has just gone through the roof, I reckon. The last couple of ends, there's been some fantastic shots played.
There's no freebies out there, is there? Every shot matters.
I think the thing for me, the girls are confident in what they're doing. You know, they're picking a shot, they're picking that they're playing with the right weight, they're not overplaying things. You know, they're not looking like they're in any trouble. They're just playing near perfect bowls. So Chloe doesn't want to go long again. Even though she scored on that long end, she was a little bit vulnerable. So I decided these short ends have worked nicely for her.
Why not stay with it?
Lots of people commenting about the skill of these girls. Excellent shots being played, great ends. These ladies are putting on a clinic.
We hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching half as much as we are in commentary. We're sitting above these two and just got a great view of everything that's happening.
There's so much on the line for these girls. Like, obviously, we talk about them wanting to lift the Australian Indoor Trophy, but there's also a chance the winner of this event will represent Australia at the World Cup in March next year. So, a great opportunity for these girls to go and represent Australia and potentially win a World Indoor Singles title.
Can't they both just go?
What they're showing us today is whoever wins this is going to represent Australia with absolute distinction at that World Cup.
Yeah, agree.
And they'd be, in my opinion, $1.10 favourites, I think.
Gamble responsibly.
Of course.
And even on the men's side of the draw, it does add that sort of extra layer potentially for Aaron Tees, given that it is played at Warilla, which is his home club.
Yeah, absolutely. If he can win the Australian Indoor Singles Final and head to that World Cup, again, he'd be a hot favourite to win that title. And each country has a different way of qualifying for that event. I mean, some players are selected by their countries to represent at the World Cup, and others like us qualify through winning their indoor or their outdoor. You know, it depends which country, but they qualify like us to get to that event. So we won't know who they're up against for a little while. But there's a lot of people watching from around the world. And I think they'd have to agree that whichever girl wins this, are going to be very, very tough to beat at Warilla next year.
Yes. Just this end alone. Look at that view as Chloe walks to the mat. Look at how close so many of those bowls are.
And the line as well.
Yeah.
They're just right on the line.
Yep.
And these girls have hardly played a loose, narrow, or really wide one. All their bowls have been in the area. So Chloe here just needs to give this little chance. She's got her bowl coming in. If she can trail the jack, she's close to. Well, has it gone far enough? She's had that happen to her a couple of times. She's just managed to feather the jack. But I think on this occasion it hasn't gone far enough. So unfortunate for Chloe. She's given Rebecca more room to draw another.
She's got that bowl to bend really late there, Chloe, but just didn't quite hit the jack, as you say, Kels, flush enough.
I think Beck would have been holding her breath there. And she, as we say in bowls, if she had a guts that jack, she would have had 2 at the back. She's already 3-0 up on the scoreboard. So I think Beck would have breathed a sigh of relief to see it slice out to the side. And perhaps she relaxed a little too much.
Yeah, she's not happy with that.
Those freebies, those when you've got a metre to draw the shot, they're the ones you've got to make count.
For Rebecca.
And there's not many of them in this game.
No.
4 rounds of our second set. Chloe leads at 3-1.
Still, if you're in Beck's mindset for a minute, she wins that end just now, albeit only 1 from it, but she trails by 2 shots. She draws a multiple back to level, and she's still got that advantage of the first set up her sleeve.
Yeah, I think Beck will be, she'll just be thinking she just needs to be within striking distance on this last end. She doesn't need to be in front on the scoreboard. Even if she's 1 behind playing the last end, Chloe still has to win the end to force it to a tiebreak. So, with these girls playing as well as they are, it's very likely the way it's going that, these last couple of ends are going to decide this match. And Beck will have the advantage because she won the first set.
There's no words that describe that.
For everyone that's watching, I hope this is encouraging you to get out there and practice a little bit harder.
I want to go out there after we finish this match in the lunch break and have a little roll up myself. And actually, even that, look at that. Look at that. By virtue of how good these two have been, they actually make it look easy. It's anything but.
They make it look easy because they've got such great techniques. Their deliveries are perfect. Every single ball, every draw shot, the delivery is exactly the same. Comes out of the hand exactly the same. And sometimes that's half the battle. That wouldn't have slipped out of the hand. That would have been intentional. Beck, wouldn't have wanted to fatten up that target. She would have just made sure she got a backward in early. Now I think
The
Beck
gap between my bowl and the jack, please.
Beck has to change her hand here.
Half an inch at the most.
And Chloe's bowl just behind it and the jack.
This one?
Yeah.
6 inches behind.
That's a Beck swapping over to the forehand. Not an easy shot here. I mean, doesn't want to be short. Doesn't want to be narrow either.
No.
Right, just a nice little draw, just trying to finish just past the jack or a little bit wide. All right, Chloe here can turn this from 1 down to 2 up. Needs to make contact with Beck's bowl. It's going straight back to her 2 catches. Is she going to get down?
Oh.
Well, it's another catch up. All right. Beck here. Needs to add at least a metre. Even if she can anything just past Jack High, anywhere between a bowl past Jack High and a metre pass is going to be a good shot for her. Okay, it's looking good. So let's just split those 3 bowls. That's pretty well perfect.
Very tactically clever.
All right, we'll see what Chloe does here. So we're probably all going to come down to whether she thinks she's got 3rd shot or not. If she thinks she's got 2 seconds, we might see her go quick for the edge.
Maybe.
Well, pretty solid weight here. Calling it to get down. It's getting down.
Oh, gee whiz.
One.
Yep, 1.
It's one hell of a shot.
5 ends of our second set leads 4-1.
Well, it's tough going when you've got to play shots like that just to score 1.
4 ends to play. Chloe Stewart leading in the 2nd set. She must win this set to take it to a tiebreaker.
See on your screen, so it's a pretty full
Sorry,
house
where is
here.
the line there? Please. Where is the minimum?
Where is it?
Yeah, the minimum.
About really far.
Thank you.
20 inches.
Another nice short end. And Chloe picks up from where she left off.
This is getting better and better. It's almost like they're saying under their breath, well, whatever you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, it's. Can just sense that there was a few of the, you know, little nice please and thank yous early on. That's gone now, Kels.
It has.
They're barely
Absolutely.
making eye contact, these two.
That's pretty good. Very good spot. another thing to remember is this could be unique next year. There's nothing stopping any registered bowler across the country entering a qualifying event in your state. Beck's here as the defending champion, so she got direct entry into the event, and rightly so. Got to be some reward for doing so well last year, and Chloe's a qualifier from Queensland, so even though we've got 2 Australian players, Jackaroo's going head to head, Chloe's had to qualify for this event, so nothing stopping anyone else from having to go next year.
Last year's champion, Beck Van Asch. Didn't miss by a lot.
No. Well, Chloe could just tuck this jack around the corner. Well, she could make a few out of it, but I think really it's just a draw shot and a little touch around the corner is a bonus. Oh, it's good enough for another.
She's constructing this end really nicely.
Oh, I can see back here, she's having a look.
Yeah, that's okay.
See who's got best back. We have seen her have a drive in the first set. It was very accurate. Has got a good drive on her. Skips for Australia.
Might need to pull that out here.
Well, possibly if she's looking at the tee, she can really play any way she wants. She's got, can't go too worse off for her. Can't see her do anything, missing the target by too much and taking her 3rd shot out. Right, so it's big. It's on the backhand. Looking for the split or the shot bowl onto the jack.
One out. But a lot of other bowls that left the playing surface at the same time. And most of them were purple bowls that belonged to Beck.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Chloe saying 3.
Oh, it's a big miss.
3.
I think we're at 3 for Chloe there.
Chloe.
Big win for Chloe Stewart on that end. She's put herself in the box seat now, Kels, and what it's just about certainly done is put us to a point here where we look like we might be headed to a tiebreaker.
Yeah, well, this is about when Beck will be doing the math in her head. 6 shots behind, 3 ends to go, so should we looking to score multiples? Ones are probably not going to be enough from here on in.
Pass the line. Is it past the line?
Yeah, I can see where it is now.
1 metre.
Yep, sweet.
So we had the jack's only a metre past the minimum length. Nice handy opener again. Chloe's definitely stepped it up a gear in this second set.
Yeah.
Just, you know, the bowls that were a metre away are now, you know, all over the jack. Probably only been a couple of loose ones. I think we recall at the start of the set. She went to go long and First two bowls were a bit heavy, and really that's been it. The rest
Yeah.
has been all pretty well perfect.
She's got a level of confidence about her game at the moment, Chloe. It is just about making her untouchable, Kels.
Yeah, look, Beck really needs to put a stop to this pretty quickly. Doesn't want Chloe playing like this in the tie break.
Yeah.
So important here for Beck to play a couple of big ones.
And these are the differences. In the first set, she makes that.
She would have got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one will head round the back. This is a tough shot Beck's playing. I don't know if you've tuned in to some of our previous matches, in particular the semi-finals. I think back to Ray Pearce in the semi-final. He played that weight a few times. It didn't pay off for him. I think Chloe's just got to get the tee here.
Another big moment in the match coming up. Chloe with a decision to make. And she's going to do exactly that, Kels.
Yeah,
Good call.
No questions asked there. It had to happen. Well, not going to be easy for Beck here. The way the jack and the bowler angled. The angle of the shot ball on the jack, if she makes contact on a Chloe's, I can't see her getting shot. She's got to get a fine edge of Chloe's and stay herself without moving the jack.
How does she look?
As you can see there, the angle was just no good for her. Chloe would have known that.
Yeah, she just played it out so well.
And one shot is for Chloe there. 17.
It's like a virtual game of chess. She just seemed to be one move ahead.
Yeah, she had everything covered. I think Beck, her third bowl, she needed to go big, I think. Go big before Chloe had time to put that backward in. She had the two best back at that point.
Chloe can close it out.
Yep, 7 shots in 2 ends for Beck. The way Chloe's been playing, you'd have to think this is going to be the last end of the second set. But whatever happens, if it is the last end, Beck needs to make sure it's a good one, even if she doesn't score enough shots to make us play that last end. I think for her own confidence, and just to put a little bit of doubt in Chloe's mind, she's got to play a good end here.
What if she doesn't, Kels? I'll throw that. I'll throw the sort of the other side of the coin, that if Beck isn't able to stop this trend, I mean, in the last 3 ends, Chloe's picked up 5 shots and really closed the door on this first set.
Well, look, Chloe's going to go into this tiebreaker full of confidence. She's playing very well. She's drawing well. beating back to the jack. Probably a lot will depend a little bit upon who wins the toss, I think, as well. It'll be a big decision for Chloe if she does win the toss. These little short ends have been working very well for her, but she knows how capable Beck is of playing big shots with the last bowl. I think that's the beauty of sets play. You know, we can try and predict as much as we like, and base, you know, and generally you like to base it off the second set, who's taking the momentum into the tiebreak. But at the end of the day, it's a 3-end shootout. It can go either way.
Yeah.
But the way it's going, you would suspect that Chloe's gonna beat Beck to the jack, you know, in the tiebreak, and it'll just be up to Beck to play the big shots.
Tiebreak not too far away.
Oh, Beck needs to draw a little toucher here. Needs to bring her other two bowls back into play on this end. Needs to score. It needs to be at least 3.
Up or down, please. Thank you.
So Chloe needs to cover these 3 bowls.
Short ends have certainly worked.
Yeah, they have. Look, that they've certainly helped Chloe get her weight and beat Beck to the jack. All right, well, there's still a chance here. Beck needs to try this jack. Can make 3 or 4. Wow.
Oh.
It was about that far wide.
That sort of sums up the second set in many ways.
It's the one.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yep.
Got a queen.
So we're off to a tiebreaker. Chloe Stewart
You can go this time.
clinches the second set.
Ties is up 1 set also. You're moving into the tiebreak.
Heads.
Heads it is.
Yours, buddy.
Ooh, she's giving it away.
Gee.
Won the toss there and given the mat to Rebecca.
The intrigue continues, Kels.
Well, it's a 3-end
So-
tiebreak, and the scores will count. So
Just for everyone playing along. 3 ends. It's a shootout, as Kelsey called it. And that's exactly what we expected it's going to be. Big second set from Chloe Stewart. Big turnaround. The maturity and I guess that inner belief to be able to get back on her game straight away and just stay confident with what she was doing, and it paid off in spades.
Yeah, she played superbly. I think Beck would have been pretty happy that Chloe's given her the mat on this first end. I think if I was Beck, I'd be thinking, thank God we don't have to play those little 22-metre lengths anymore, because that, you know, that just wasn't working for Beck. She just wasn't finding her way. So, chance for Beck here to reset, get back to the length that she's been loving all tournament, and try and get off to a good start here and break the run. Just like that.
Fancy that. Even just, I know it's just one shot, but even just the first shot of a tiebreaker, putting that where Beck has.
Yeah, it's probably just a weight lifted off her shoulders. And then to see this one dropping in short, that'll be even more weight lifted off Beck's shoulders here. So Chloe really needs to regroup. She made a big decision to give the mat away. She would have known exactly what length Beck was going to play.
Why would she give the mat away?
Oh, it's just last bowl. Yeah, just want to have last bowl. And
no doubt there'll be some people watching thinking, well, why didn't she keep it? But
yeah, look, it's hard. I mean, it's a 50-50 call. And sometimes people just, they just have a game plan that if it does go to tiebreak, or if, in any game that they play, I'm just going to give the mat away. And if that's the case, if you've stuck to that for, 3 or 4 years, you don't change now. The last thing you want to do is decide, oh, well, I'm in the Australian Indoor Final. I've given the mat away every single time I've won a toss, but I'll decide I'm going to change for this one particular game. So if that's the case, then, good on Chloe for sticking to her gun, sticking to her game plan and doing that. But I think if it was me, I think I would have just stuck to what was working well for me. And it's all
there's
fair
pros
enough.
and cons,
it's all
isn't
fair
there?
enough having last bowl, but if you've got last bowl and you're 2 or 3 down and you've sprayed your first bowl, or it's not an easy task.
You're playing catch up there, aren't you?
What's the gap, please?
This bowl,
No, shot bowl.
this bowl,
Yeah.
4 inches.
And it's 2? Just 2? 2 or 3?
Is it 2 or 3? Or is it 2 or 3?
2, Chloe.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's just the 2, so that'll be a little bit of relief. And Chloe obviously asking about that third one, so looks close from the map. Right, so needs this one to be a good one. My initial feeling is it's short.
Yeah, it seems short. I think she thought it was short too.
Yeah. Well, big opportunity for Beck.
Just heard Beck. This is the joy of having the players mic'd up. She said, get this one in there.
Yeah, well, there's no danger. I mean, she can't really even fatten it up. She's playing the forehand. She just got to beat her second shot. This looks terrible from the mat for Chloe.
Does it ever?
It's a 1 bowl target. You can't see the jack. You've got 2 bowls coming in the way. So again, line is just really important here. Wants to draw another one, but doesn't want to cross the center line and get too close to her shot bowl and give Chloe a target. She's done this very well.
Oh, yes. Yes, she has. Although.
Yeah, look, it's one of those good bad ones. You've got to try and draw another. It has just made it a little bit more enticing for Chloe. We talked about it not crossing the centre line or not getting too close to a shot bowl, and unfortunately it has. I think Chloe's, well, let me dangle my head over the commentary box and try and get past this marker here. I think it's got to be backhand arriving, just trying to sit and stay. She can sit and stay and get the split. She could run through for shot. She gets the shot bowl onto the jack. She's got one back there somewhere, so it can't be. She's going to improve upon.
Just trying to find that back bowl.
Yeah, it's actually her back bowl is quite in a very, very good spot actually. Yeah. So if she does make contact with a shot bowl with enough weight just to poke that jack back to her back one. But the danger here is being wide. There's nothing for wide. There's a big gap. So she needs to decide on her weight. Just make sure she errs on the side of narrow, getting across to Beck's second shot. So, I don't mind the...
missed everything. Could see what she was trying to do.
Yeah.
That's a big number to drop in a tiebreaker.
3? Yeah. 3 red.
God, I wish she kept them out. Yeah, it's hindsight. It's hindsight.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if she wins that,
Absolutely.
she's happy with the decision.
Yeah.
But now she's probably thinking, oh, darn it.
3-0 after the first end.
Well, this has turned the match on its head again. If Rebecca Van Asch can draw a multiple, Game, set, and match.
Well, it's a must-win end for Chloe, even if she drops one here. I'm sorry to say, but I don't think you're going to be scoring 4s against Rebecca Van Asch.
No. Chloe was able to draw a 3 from one of the ends. Other than that, not a lot of multiples have come for her in this match, just because of the way that Beck thinks her way through situations as well.
Yeah, look, even 1, I'm not convinced that's going to be too good for Chloe. I think she's got to go hard here, and she's got to try and score a 2. We'll see what happens towards the end of this end, the way things are shaping up. But if there's a chance to score a 2, I think she's got to try. This is going to be a very good start.
Okay, so there's something for her to build on.
Well, it's an improvement. It's past the jack. It's all good things for Beck.
Last bowl, how far past, please?
The last bowl is about 30 inches past.
Thank you.
It's not over as yet, but
Certainly isn't.
every bowl becoming very important now for Chloe Stewart.
Certainly not over when you can do that with your first 2 bowls.
And they both count.
This is an important one for Becky. You don't want to leave it to your last. Now, is she going to hold enough? I think
Got it.
How many times have we seen her do that? Every time Chloe gets a little sniff with her first couple of bowls,
Thanks.
Beck comes up with a shot like that.
It's a combination, Kels, of experience and confidence, isn't it? A, experience to pick the right shot to play, and B, the confidence to actually execute it.
Yeah, and that was done to absolute perfection then. And now Beck will be looking at her first 2 bowls, thinking they're in a pretty perfect spot.
Two bowls left to Chloe. She does have that advantage that she chose to take to have the last bowl.
Oh.
Okay, she needs to hold. Wow, that's okay.
Yeah.
Got it surrounded.
Now, does Beck think multiple?
I
Game
think,
over?
Oh, absolutely. Killer blow here. Any touch on the jack. And basically, Chloe can only score 1. And as I said before, one would be good for Chloe, but I suspect it may not be enough. It's mathematically very possible, but just based on the way Beck has played this tiebreak on her favourite length.
Could this be the killer blow to secure the championship? Look at her stalk after this bowl.
Wow, that weight was absolutely perfect. Okay, Chloe. She got 1 or 2 seconds. It's always a little bit deceiving when you're looking at it on the screen. So she's got a decision to make. Does she think 1's enough? Look, to be fair, it's not an easy draw shot for 1. So I think there's got to be some form of weight, and she's just going to have to pray that there's no jack movement. But even then, if she does get enough of the jack, her bowl might run through with it and she'll score 1. And at least keeps her chances of winning this title alive.
She's a wise head on young shoulders.
Yeah, look, just having a bit of a look from here. I know this is going away from us. I think she's got to go for broke here and go the 2 bowls.
Yep.
She gets the shot bowl clean, can get the back one out as well. If she's a little bit tight and she gets the jack, or she's playing forehand, so she's a little bit wide and gets the jack, I think her bowl can go with it through the gap between Beck's back bowls.
She's going to try and rip them out.
I think she's tight.
She can't do it. Becomes very difficult for Chloe Stewart now.
And 1 shot we've got for Rebecca there.
Rebecca Van Asch has 1 hand and the tips of her fingers on the Australian Indoor Trophy.
Well, if you said to Beck, your game today, your final today, it's going to go to a tie break. It's going to go to the last end. She'd probably say, I hope I'm 4 up.
Yeah.
I hope I'm 4 up playing the last end if that's the case. So, pretty ideal situation here for Beck. Nothing for short with this first bowl. Which I must say she's done very, very well. Beck has not had too many short ones at all.
Four bowls left for Rebecca Van Asch. She's riding every single one of them. The way she just pumps the fist as she released it. She knew straight away that it was a good one.
All right, every bowl here from Chloe must be good.
She needs the full count of 4 to push this to sudden death.
Okay, it's not an ideal start for Chloe.
Again, pumping the fist. And again, knowing that she's put one exactly where she wants it. 2 from 2.
Well, I think Chloe can't try and dead draw this. She can afford to drop a little bit of weight. But as you can see, she sort of needs to keep her bowls close together.
And how will Beck react? She switches hands to start with.
Okay.
Goes for the comfort of the respot.
So Chloe's going to stick to the backhand. Again, she's going to have to try and keep her weight. She needs to bring her 2 back bowls into play.
Oh.
So a bit of movement on the jack. Well,
Oh, there's some.
Too much weight, I think. Yeah. She just overplayed that. I probably would have been inclined to switch to the forehand. just so that she did get the jack. She may have sort of ran into the purple ones, but at least she would have had a chance to rip the two out with the last.
Yeah. You could just hear a bit of a sigh from Chloe too, where I think that was the moment where she realised that it's slipped through her fingers.
Unfortunately, playing that backhand, she had to bring it in because obviously you can't trail the jack if you're wide. So the chances of her bowl finishing anywhere near her first two bowls was very, very slim. So probably in my eyes, I probably would have switched to the forehand. At least her bowl would have sort of been coming across the head and towards her other two bowls. And then maybe she could have manufactured something with the last bowl. But again, it still would have been very, very difficult.
She almost can't be beaten now.
Yeah, look. If anyone can see how Chloe can make a 4 here, I'd be really interested to hear it.
I think miracle is the term.
Yeah, look, I think she knows that she's sort of turned around and, I don't know. Somehow she's got to move the jack and her two bowls, and the bowl that she hits the jack with has to somehow make its way back into the back corner where a third bowl ended up.
It's almost a trick shot, isn't it?
Sounds ridiculous. So it looks like she might be just going to line up and have a smack and just see what happens.
She's got a couple out. 2018 is becoming the year that Rebecca Van Asch will never, ever forget. 2 Commonwealth Games gold medals, Australian Open singles champion, motherhood towards the end of the year, and now she becomes a back-to-back Australian indoor champion. A brilliant performance it was, in full control in the first set. In the second set, she was beaten by the better player, but she got herself back in the right headspace to win and was just too strong in the tiebreak, Kels.
Yeah, look, it was a game of two halves, wasn't it? Beck come out and played near perfect in that first set. Chloe upped the ante in that second set and played some brilliant bowls. Like we were, you know, I was thinking to myself, this is probably one of the best singles games I've seen in a long, long time. And just that tiebreak, I think, experience on Beck's part. What a great effort. And like you said, what a year.
Let's get down to the winner, Beck Van Asch, who's with Dom Favada.
Thanks, Jack. Well, Beck, back-to-back Australian indoor champion, plus the AO and indoors double. You must be over the moon.
Yeah, look, it's been an incredible 2018 on all fronts, really. It's been an amazing year, and to go back-to-back's obviously very special, and to do the double with the Australian Open's pretty cool too.
You started really well in this match, and Chloe recovered well and took the second set really quickly. What was going through your mind heading into that tiebreak?
Yeah, well, I wasn't disappointed with how I started the second set. You know, I think at one point she had me 4-1, but it was after only 5 ends and 5 singles had been scored. So, you know, I don't think I was playing bad. And then I sort of thought I had to just take a few chances the last few ends and see if I could make some multiples and, you know, pull a draw out of that set or something like that. So, you know, I was sort of happy just to get rid of the second set and focus on the last 3 ends, so that's okay.
Now, you've had a busy but successful 12 months. What's the plan after today with motherhood approaching? A holiday, some time off?
Yeah, I'll be having a little bit of a break now. It's been a massive year. I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel a little bit weary, so I'm really enjoying having a week's holiday with my husband after this. It'll probably be our last relaxing break together for about 2 decades, so we'll enjoy a bit of time out, and I'll be spending a few months at home now in the lead up in preparation for our little bub coming along.
Congratulations, all the best, and enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in.
Well done, Beck. A winner of this event for 2 years running. Kels, she will carve her name on this outstanding trophy once again and be etched in history.
Yeah, just phenomenal. Just what a run she's been on. And, you know, I look back at the Commonwealth Games, she was absolutely sensational there. 2 gold medals. The Australian Open, that singles final, the Australian Open against Christina, was one of the best I've seen. And now here, she's done, you know, the back-to-back indoor. Chloe can hold her head very, very high. She played so well, played very well all tournament. To get to the final and not lose a set is, you know, just absolutely phenomenal. So big effort there from Chloe, and a name that we will see for many, many years to come.
No doubt about it. There she is, Chloe Stewart on screen. on another day, I know we say this is a bit of a throwaway line, but on another day, she would have beaten many other opponents. She played that well. But to the victor goes the spoils, and there is the victor, Rebecca Van Asch, your 2018 Australian Indoor Champion.